Hey, what's up everybody? Joshua Casper back at you with Plugin Boutique, and today we're going to be checking out Orbitron. I'm going to give you a once-over of the plugin, how to get started using it, and give you some examples of what it can do. This is an incredible modulator effect plugin from United Plugins, and I'm really excited to be sharing it with you, so let's go ahead and jump right in. This is Orbitron on the screen here. And at first glance, it might seem a little complicated, but trust me, it's not. Not only is it easy to use, but it's a lot of fun and gets some really great results. It's a modulation plugin, and if I come over here where it says infinite combs, these are the different modulators you have. Cosmic chorus, vintage chorus, super chorus, tape flanger, future flanger, fat phaser, infinite combs, liquid filter, kinetic resonator, chaos vertex, rotary speaker, and space-time. Now, the way this works, right, is we have 4 different modulator inserts. We've got one here, 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 and here. Now, these are all laid out exactly the same. So even if I switch to another modulator right here, you'll see that these 3 parameters stay the same, and these sliders are still the same sliders. They just change in terms of what they're doing parameter-wise. So on liquid filter, it's resonance and morphing, and on kinetic resonator, it's feedback and type. Before I jump any further into this, let me just go ahead and play you the original sound I had here. So it's a nice, pleasant sound, but it's a little bit boring. So when I drop Orbitron on it, so it really brings it to life in a number of different ways. And it does it primarily by the way it's set up. So I've already gone over the insert here, and I actually have 4 different inserts which I can have the same or different modulators on them. So I mean, this is liquid filter over here. If I wanted to change that, I could do that as well. Okay, you can actually have 4 of the same modulators on here set up different parameter wise, and then you use the Orbitron here in the middle to fluctuate between the different inserts. So you can actually do that a number of different ways. But before I get in there, let me just talk about these little circles before we talk about the big one. The depth, the rate, and the width will control the movement. So a good way to do this or to get started is to solo the insert. That will shut all of these off. That also means you can use this as just a regular modulator or one stage modulator instead of 4. But what I tend to do is solo one and then adjust the sound so I get it the way I want it. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's check out space-time. So let's say that's what I'm looking for. So depth is how much of the effect is going to happen, and you'll see the ball get closer to the outside of the circle as you increase the depth. The rate is how quickly it spins around, and the width obviously spreads it out into the stereo field. And as I said already, each one of these will be different for whatever modulator you're using, but then you just adjust those and turn off solo. And now you can do that for the other 3, and then you can control the middle one here, the Orbitron. And there's a couple of different modes in here. You can do sync, and then you can sync it. And sync is how quickly it will move, and range is how, again, how much of the effect will be taken hold or pushed into the sound. So with the sync on at a bar, it will circle around the entire 4 modulators over the course of 1 bar. And you can go up to 16 here, and you can adjust how much of the effect. So if you're looking for something really subtle, you want to set the range somewhere lower. And if you want it to be really aggressive, you want to set it somewhere higher. Now, the amount, the range and depth here are different from dry wet. Those controls are up here at the top, as well as an in and out gain sliders as well. Another one is free, which just means I can control the ball here, or you can automate it inside of your DAW. And there's a random, which is really cool. This will just fluctuate. You'll still have your range and speed parameters to adjust it, but it won't move in a circle or anything like that. It'll just go all in different ways and never really repeat itself, which is really what Orbitron excels at, is creating atmosphere and character. And, I find myself leaving on a random more often than not, just because what I tend to use Orbitron on are these atmospheric effects and pads where I want movement and I don't want it to repeat itself. I don't want it to feel robotic. Another cool feature is the feedback and size section over here. I find that when you move the size, or if you automate it, you get some like slurring sound effects, which are actually really, really cool, especially when you're using Orbitron on sound design. But when it's not moving, you don't get that slurring, but it kind of acts almost like a reverb. Again, this is where we started and where we are. It's completely transformed the sound and made it tenfold better. Now, there's also some really cool randomization options inside of Orbitron. There are actually 3 different dies up here. There's the 1, and if I click this, all of the parameters for the different modulators will be randomized. However, the modulator type will stay the same, and everything here in the middle will be unaffected. The 3rd one will actually change the modulator type and the parameters and the feedback and size settings. Like, you can't tell me that doesn't sound awesome. So there are those 2, and what I find myself using the most out of all of these is this 3 here, because I really like to get kind of shown a snapshot of what's possible, and then I dial things in. So I click that one. If you click the 5 here, everything will update: the range, the speed, the type of movement inside of the Orbitron. And this is why I find myself using the 3, because I like to have it on random, as I've already stated, and I kind of like already have an idea about the range and speed I'm looking for. And of course, those are easily adjusted. And then I can just click through and find the one I'm looking for and then move from there. Like, even that one sounds really, really good. And remember, these are all random settings. They're not even presets. So let's go ahead and check out Orbitron on another sound. I'm going to come in here to Hive 2. And by the way, Orbitron is completely resizable. It can go super small. It looks really cool, or really, really big. I'm going to keep it about mid-size just so we can still see a Hive 2 here. But this is the sound effect I have. So it's already a pretty interesting sound effect, but with Orbitron on, again, it makes it better. So essentially, Orbitron, what it's there to do is make things sound better, more interesting. When people say visually interesting, how do you say auditorily interesting? Yeah, I guess that would be the terminology I'm looking for. It just is like icing on the cake of everything. And I've got one other thing I want to show you, and that is Orbitron on some vocals. And I'm just going to flip through some of the presets to give you a taste of what's possible with Orbitron. And on the note of presets, if I come into here, right now I'm on the multi-chorus and voice combo, and as you can see here, just this one folder, look at how many presets are inside of here. And that's just that one folder. Obviously, these are all different folders here that you have at your disposal. It's really easy to create your own. Let's just try out some of these hybrid ones on this vocal. Okay, so it's a dry vocal. Let's see what we got. Si te digo, baby, no pares, es porque lo tienes on fire. Mira que te mueves salvaje, no dejas que nadie te pare. Ellos hablan como si supieran, pero sé que eres mi guerrera. Si te digo, baby, no pares, es porque lo tienes on fire. Si te digo, baby, no pares. Let me jump in here and go on to the combination chorus and voice, and just run through some of these as well, just to further demonstrate the possibilities. Si te digo, baby, no pares, es porque lo tienes on fire. Mira que te mueves salvaje, no dejas que nadie te pare. Ellos hablan como si supieran,
pero sé que eres bien guerrera. Tú llevas de todo en tu cartera, precariable por cualquiera. Todos quieren acercarse, pero tú nunca los dejas y no eres pretenciosa. Ay, ay, ay. Todos quieren acercarse, pero tú nunca los dejas y no eres pretenciosa. Ay. Si te digo baby no pares, es porque lo tienes on fire. Mira que te mueves salvaje.
Let's try out a few more and then wrap up the video.
Si te digo baby no pares, es porque lo tienes on fire. Mira que te mueves salvaje. No dejes que nadie te pare. Ellas hablan como si supieran, pero sé que eres bien guerrera.
So that was just a quick look at Orbitron from United Plugins. It's available already on pluginboutique.com. Make sure to click the link in the video description to check it out. I'm Joshua Casper. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next video.